Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be talking about how I deal with power surges or power outages and how I prepare for them. And so we're going to be installing this Casa strip. But first, let's feed the tanks. So the building block for any emergency power situation is going to be how you're going to power your system with no power. So this is a UPS, also known as a uninterruptible power supply. And so the bigger you can go is better, obviously. But if you have a gasoline generator or any type of thing like that, that would work as well. Sorry, you can hear my auto top off in the background. But so this is the one I'm using. It's a 1500 watt, and I'll link it right here. Or I'll put a picture of it if you guys would like one, but I got it on eBay discounted because I think usually they're either 800 or $1,000 or even more than that, but I got this for 150 on eBay, so you just got to pay attention if you do want a higher end one for cheap. But it's a Vertiv, and so let's look into this. So right now the load is almost maxed out and we have 100% battery because obviously I haven't needed it. So let's do a little simulation. Let's pretend, hey, the power just went out. And this is also a surge protector as well, so it can protect your equipment. Let's say, uh-oh, power went out. So now it's gonna figure out how much time we got until the battery in here is gonna run out. So right now it's saying 13 minutes. Sometimes it takes a second. But no, it looks like 13 minutes. So that 13 minutes is with all 10 of these outlets full on this surge protector. So that means all of my wave makers are running, these big lights. So this is why we are going to install the Casa strip today. So we can only have the necessary equipment running. So we're gonna get that time way up. Let's plug this back in, get into the video. Alright, so we got the strip here. Already took the shrink wrap off, but let's see what we got. So, looks like this is it. So we got a little guide to getting the app to control this. So everything is getting controllable remotely. So I can shut off each of these 6 outlets remotely, and then there's also some USBs if for some reason I would need them, which currently I do not. So got a decently long cord. I think you can maybe order it with a little longer. Looks like maybe 4 feet. Yeah, maybe not even, maybe 3 feet. But it's got the ground, it's got the surge protection, and if you can, you always want to do more surge protection. So as I mentioned, the UPS has surge protection, and this Vertiv power backup, I believe, has 6 outlets. So if you only want like 3 to 6 items plugged in and you don't care about being able to control them remotely, then you could just get a power backup and set it up like that. But then you just obviously either need to have some other way of monitoring, or just if you're not home and the power goes out, just hope for the best, you know. So we're going to be installing this today. Let's do it. So I'm mapping it out here. I think I'm just going to place it right here next to the current power supply. I'm going to be using this invisible, or this clear Gorilla tape, double-sided tape. This stuff is miracle working. And I've stuck multiple things to this, and it never takes off any of the paint, and it never leaves any residue. So highly recommend this double-sided Gorilla tape. Alright, looks like it's in there, pretty good. So now this cord is absolutely not going to reach. I need to go around the whole sump, so I'm definitely going to have to go get an extension cord, so I will be back for that. Okay, you can see there, got all the lights, and then that red light is for the system since I'm not connected to the app yet. And then prepare for ugliness. Have not organized that cable yet, so I'm gonna go do that now. So whether you can tell or not, I do try to keep the area clean in here since it's such a mess already with so many cables, but usually this isn't here. This is for the reactor, so this is usually out, but overall I try to keep it somewhat organized just because there's 10 plus cables in here. And then this is where my ATO reservoir sits there, but just put a few little clips in there and there. Use this trusty kit that I bought on Amazon. It's pretty legit. It was like $5 or $10, but it comes with the screws and then a bunch of different size cables, which is really helpful for aquariums because each cable is always a different size and length and all of that. So I just finished hooking everything up. So we have the auto top off, we have the baby fan, which is just a very small fan for like a 10-gallon frag tank. So it's really weak, but it'll oxygenate the water a little bit, and then since it takes such little power, I deem it worth it. We have the skimmer to keep the nutrients down, we have the return pump, and then we have the heater. So these are the 5 things that, in my opinion, I should have running 24/7 even if the power is out. The only thing I would change is my return pump currently is a J-bow, so super reliable, but the issue is J-bows are known to suck a lot of power, and so if I did know there was going to be a long-term outage, I have this CJ pump here, and so I would hook this up as I have this as backup, but I would hook this up as soon as I could and switch out the J-bow just because CJs are made to be energy efficient, and then this one is also only 568 gallons per hour, so it would just be shooting enough water out there to keep it flowing. Definitely not ideal, but it would be a low amount of water, so just for multiple reasons. It would be a better option if the power was to go out. But I'm excited to open this app up. I'll do that now and see the power output of each of these outlets, and we'll go from there. So after setting up the app, what was next was just a software update once I connected it to Wi-Fi. Software update was done, I connected the smart strip, and then I was just labeling each of the outlets for what is plugged into them, so I didn't have to look under my tank every time I wanted to remember which one was placed where. And then you can add rooms, and so there's a ton of other smart devices you can add with this Casa strip. They have a ton of other smart home things, and so you can have different rooms of your house with different smart devices in them. And so now this is just showing off each of my devices within that aquarium room. And so now you can go to the different tabs and you can set if functions, you can set certain alarms. Pretty slick app. I'm definitely not getting the most out of it by just using the Casa strip, but if you have a Google Home or any type of Amazon Alexa, it seems to have a really good integration there. So now I've clicked into one of my outlets and I can see how much output each of the devices is making. So for that instance, I was looking at the return pump, then we got the heater taking way less power because it wasn't actually being used right there. It was just taking the temperature. It wasn't actually heating the water. And so definitely a pretty cool device here. And for $40, I don't think you can go wrong. I'm going to turn my heater on and off a couple times to demonstrate. We got this here. So we got the app all set up now. So we got the heater here. So I'm going to turn it off and you're going to see the temperature gauge over there go off. So we got heater off and all shut off, and you can see down there that light is off. And then you can also use these buttons on the power strip. So if I click this button here, sorry for the lighting here. If I click this button, it's gonna be back on. So pretty slick. So once again, I need to clean this up, but I have the power separated now, so instead of having everything connected to this one outlet, I have all of the non-emergency equipment plugged into here, and that is going all the way to that outlet over there. And then we've got the Casa strip plugged into this, and this is the only thing plugged in. So here's the moment of truth. We've got only one load versus before it was like way up to 3 or 4. And then the battery's back to full charge, so this is the moment of truth here. Let's unplug and we will see how long it would last in the case of a power outage. So here it is. We went from 13 minutes to almost 3 hours of time before this tank under the emergency power would run out. So obviously the back surge protector is still working, even though it wouldn't be in an emergency, but we got everything plugged in. That red light is gone down there. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll tune in for the next one.